See, broadly, we see that this company is into the business of solar pumps and the modules. Largely, it offers an integrated solutions to this agriculture and the residential segments. Beyond that, we see that its business model is largely dependent on the government schemes. Especially, we can say that it is one of the key beneficiary of this PM Kusum scheme, and in the retail side, it has a large presence in the 4 key states of the northern India, and on a pan-India basis, it has over 900 distribution centers. Last year, it did revenue of, in 9 months FY25, it did a revenue of over 1,000 crore with 30% kind of EBITDA margin. We have seen a sharp increase in its financial performance in 9M FY25 compared to that what it has reported in the previous 3 years.
Okay, and Abhishek, any concerns, if at all, surrounding this IPO? Anything that our viewers should be wary of? Any red flags? And if you had to judge this IPO graded out of 5, how would you score it?
See, prima facie, we see that business is completely dependent on the government schemes, especially this PM Kusum scheme. So, say for example, 87% of its revenue is coming out from this particular scheme only. So, say for example, tomorrow if this scheme will expire, then obviously its business model will come on toss. Previously we have seen that one of the company called Noida Toll Bridge, its business got just collapsed because of the change in the government policy. So this is the critical red flag that we can say it's a proxy play to this PM Kusum scheme, and the business life will be completely dependent on the life of this particular scheme. Second red flag in this particular IPO is that it's a highly working capital intensive business. So say for example, as initially I said that we have seen a sharp improvement in its financials in 9M FY25, but it was along with the sharp increase in this receivables, because it plays with the government bodies. So over 100 days kind of working capital days are there, which may eaten up its profitability, and that has been reflected, because despite this 30% kind of EBITDA margin, its operating cash flow is a negative. It means that whatever it is generating as an operating profitability, that has not been percolating to this its operating cash flow. And it is a serious concern, because at some point of a time the optically its P&L may look better, but that would not be the that would not turn out into a strong cash flow generation. Third is that its business is concentrated on this 3-4 states only, although it has a plan to expand this business. But given that the kind of a competition in this market, at every point of a time you have to go for large capex or incur working capital pressure. So these are the 3-4 major concerns, and the critical concern is that it is the proxy play to this particular PM Kusum scheme, and once this scheme will go out of the picture, then we don't know what would happen with this with the financials of the company. And some point of a time, it's very difficult to predict this kind of business models in at initial stage where we have a limited visibility of its future growth prospects. So out of 5 we can assign it's a 2.5 mark score only, and that is because it is a business, it is generating business from the government bodies, which is a strong thing, but that is again depend on the policies which government is building up at this point of a time.
Alright, thank you so much Abhishek for highlighting all those details and giving us the rating as well. But with this, let's also welcome Sharan Linani, who is the independent SEBI research analyst as well. Sharan, help us with your understanding on this particular IPO, and along with that, what is your recommendation on this?
Good morning everyone. Like Abhishek explained very well, the company is totally dependent upon the PM Kusum scheme. So I would like to go a little in the scheme. The scheme ends March 2026, which is just around the corner. The scheme was started in 2019, which was extended till 2026 because of COVID. Now the scheme says the government had given some benefits to plant around 1.2 million solar pumps. Now already till March 25, around 0.8 million pumps have already been installed, and I think by 26 the target will be achieved. So I don't think the scheme will be extended any further. Now the company's major revenues only come from this scheme, around 87%. So I don't know what their plan is for the future. Again, if you see their peers like Shakti Pumps, Kirloskar, They are very diversified. In Shakti Pumps has around 20% of their revenues coming from export. So even if this scheme shuts, they are more or less well equipped to handle a closure of such a scheme than this company. So I would be very cautious. My rating would be very cautious on this company because it is very much dependent upon PM Kusum. And one more thing I would say is like companies like this who are very dependent on one scheme or one product, like you would say, take e-protein government. It is more or less dependent upon the PAN work from the government. Now the government didn't extend their contract to see what happens to companies like that. Sudden 30, 40, 50% decline in the stock prices. So I would give a very cautious rating. If the company plans or diversifies in the future, then we would definitely review it.